Hello, guys. Thank you so much for 100 subscribers. This is just thank you so much. We're- You guys are making my dream come true. By the way, the footage that's in the background that's from the Oxidrake update when it first came out yesterday. There was audio, but I replaced it with this one. If you want me to make a video on my actual reaction to the Oxidrake update, just tell me in the comments. At the time, I only had those 3 members full with good UPs. Like, look at those incredible UPs on that Garlash. But now my full team has good UPs, so I should be able to make some good PvP videos soon. And I just need to TP train them, since they have good UPs and are fully evolved and stuff, with good movesets. Okay, so basically, I wanted to do 100 subscriber special, but I had no idea what I should do for it, so I decided to. Usually people do Q&As, but I'm doing a Q&A that no one asked for because I'm doing one that no one asked for, basically. The reason is because people haven't really asked me questions, because I haven't asked them for questions, but I wasn't expecting to hit this nice milestone. So basically, I'm just answering some common questions that you could possibly have. Like, for example, if you want to know why I started YouTube, it was because my dad wanted this drawing tablet, but he didn't have enough extra money, but I wanted to help him get it. But he got it because we got some extra money at one point or something, I don't know how. So he got it. But then I still wanted to become a YouTuber because I love YouTube. I just really love YouTube. So I wanted to become a YouTuber. So that's what I am doing. We've already hit this nice milestone. We're making some great progress. Also, look at that Zulong. Those UPs are almost 7x40. I don't think the one missing defense matters that much. Especially since it's already tender. It's not meant to take melee hits. I wanted the background footage to be Monster Legends, but I didn't end up doing that. I just used this footage from yesterday. And by the way, the reason I didn't make an Oxidrake How to Evolve video is because some people beat me to it. But I think I was one of the first people. Also, a few videos that are coming out are I battled one of my friends that I'll just say that his username or something is Hi Guy Derp. He's one of Red Fox's friends, or I guess now Red Fox goes by Red Capybara or Gamer Capybara. But I battled the epic Hi Guy Derp man, and it was a pretty close battle. I'm not gonna tell you who wins yet, except for Red Capybara. He knows who won already, cause Hi Guy Derp told him. But there are 2 battles. I'm gonna just edit those. But I'm also gonna be making, hopefully, with the set that Speeder made last night, I might use that setup for a video and see how good I can make use of it. But I might not use that Oxidrake because I might just showcase the members of my team for videos. That's basically the future of this channel, and there will probably be some Monster Legends in there, so don't you worry. There will be some Monster Legends in there. But I know a lot of you guys are subscribed for Monster Legends content. But besides that, a few random things about me is that even though my channel description used to say I was 11, I was 11 at the time, but now I'm 12. Not that interesting. But It's just a thing that happened. I got old. Why did I talk like that? Oh, by the way, don't mind how many friends I have on Roblox. Most of those guys were in that time where I accepted every friend request. But another random fact is that basically I started watching SpongeBob a long time ago. It was one of my it was a really long time ago when I started watching SpongeBob, even though that show is older than I am. It was really funny, but the interesting thing is that I started watching it because of the Alvin and the Chipmunks show, because for some reason I loved Alvin and the Chipmunks, but I'm pretty sure they were showing us SpongeBob before or after Alvin and the Chipmunks. I think it was before, and I wanted to see Alvin and the Chipmunks, but I saw SpongeBob instead. And then I fell in love with it since I was watching it because I was waiting for them to show Alvin and the Chipmunks. Interesting. Not really. And a random fact about how I started playing Lumion Legacy. I played since the game came out in 2019. But at the time, I didn't really do PvP. I didn't do hunting for gleams or anything of the sort. I pretty much just tried to beat the game, but I was like, oh, only one gym. Hopefully the next one comes out soon. And then I stopped playing, and then when the second one came out, I was like, it would be too complicated to play again. But I was completely wrong because I played anyways, because I wanted to evolve my starter into its final form. And also, I got my friends to play, and it was really nice. And then we would just casually battle each other. And since I'm the one that introduced them to the game, I won all those battles in the earlier times. And the friends that I introduced to the game were Red Fox and Martial. I didn't even know High Guy Derp. Also, shout out to the guy you just saw on screen that I just passed on my Cosmere saddle. That's the guy that gave me some shards for some of my less desirable gleams. For like two bad gleams. But anyways, back to the story. After I introduced them, they were starting to catch up and reach the level that I was at, which was not high. I sucked at PvP because I only battled against them. But against Red Fox one day, he found a gleaming Geklo, and he wanted to evolve it, but he didn't have a Thunder Fruit, but I did, so I evolved it for him. Even though I would admit, kind of worried, because I was thinking, oh, wait, this thing can set up really nice. And since that thing could set up really nice, and my team was very weak to light at the time because I just used Lumions that I like, and a lot of the ones that I loved were ancient types, or just things that are either neutral or weak to light. And I don't think I had a grass type that would be immune to it. So, after I almost lost to him, it was very close but I was able to take down Iliguana, and then it was just Zulong versus Tatab. His starter was Tatab and mine was Zulong, so it was an interesting thing. But my Zulong won because Zulong outsped, did half HP to the Tatab, and then the Tatab did more than half to Zulong, but then Zulong outsped and did the rest of his HP. So, basically, that was close, so then I decided I would get an Earth type, and then I found a Gleaming Rayquaza as my second Gleam. The first was a Gleaming Babor, and then the Gleaming Rayquaza, I evolved it into Sedimars, even though it was the Clutch ability. It was the clutch ability. Its nature wasn't that bad though, and I didn't really care. And then I decided that that would be enough. It didn't even know Chase Down. But then he was just swapping out into Stratosaur when I used Earthquake, and I wasn't smart enough to not read that, because I didn't know much about PvP at the time. Although probably now, I would just double into Zulong, then double into Sedamar's Sharpen, then use any move that's not Earthquake. Or just Chase Down, so I got an Ursol to teach it Chase Down. But I got so bored of grinding all the time in Lumion Legacy just to teach my team some new moves, and I just had to keep grinding new Lumions, and then I got bored because of all the grinding and I stopped playing. But then I came back in the summer of this year because I had one goal, and it was to defeat Red Fox. And actually in the first battle we did after I came back, I did win. It was very close. He described it as an Ash Ketchum moment where Ash is losing, but then he says no you. Because I had my Colossotrops left, and he had Venolan and Ilaguana. And then Venolan did tons of damage, but Colossotrops tanked it and one-shot Venolan. And then Colossotrops used Earthquake and two-shot the Ilaguana, since it was 4 times ineffective and I was immune to the Gamma Pulse attack. So that's quite good. But then in the other battles, I lost the third one. I lost the second one, lost the third one, and won the fourth one. So we were even, and then the next day, I just got absolutely clapped like 9 times and won once in the middle of those 10 battles. Because he got Protogun, and at the time my team had nothing for Protogun except Metatoad, and the Metatoad sometimes wasn't enough. So basically, then that's when I decided I would get my Tyrex. So that's the story of how I got my Tyrex. And the rest of the team kind of just happened because I had a good old Bane of Haste team. But then I saw a video titled Kirillin Sweep by Jamie, and I thought I would get Whippledrift and Kirillin on my team. Although I didn't really use Kirillin that much because I didn't like how inaccurate the moves were. But Whippledrift was an amazing sweeper. And I just kept... And then in my battle with Red Fox, I barely lost the first one and then swept his entire team with just Whippledrift the second one. And then they kept looking for Whippledrift counters. And then the story of how I got my Revenine and Gobademic were pretty similar. I wanted something that could remove both traps. Revenine was also doubled as a sort of counter to Mutagon, because even if they use Telekinetic Sweep on Revenine, when he swaps in, that gives mine specifically a temper boost. So that's why I like using mine, because it's a pretty good swap in to Mutagon. But it still can be defeated. Just kidding, I don't actually use it as a swap into Mutagon. Usually, for Mutagon, I just try to use a ranged attacker, but Revenine, mine is tender. It gets clapped by Mutagon. It's just that sometimes my friends are too scared. Are too scared. As you can see, I'm just trying to make a joke. Because when I used Ursol as a Mutagon counter, my friends didn't know that Ursol could not OHKO with Shadow Sprint, and Mutagon could possibly OHKO with Telesweep. And it was just kind of funny seeing him always just swap into Infernix. But I was just trying to make a joke to not tell my strategies. But they already have seen me battle. They know that I like swapping Revenines in to Mutagons. Unless it's just but only in a few scenarios. Like if I don't feel confident about the thing on the field. But usually I feel pretty confident about what's on the field. Because Mutagon, my team doesn't struggle too much against Mutagon. But then Gobademic is to remove poison barbs. Revenine to remove icicle traps is his main purpose. But he is really good when he gets a temper boost. He is incredible when he gets a temper boost. And then, I wanted an even better counter to Venolin, so I decided to use Ferroglyph, since Ferroglyph outspeeds an Oko since mine was holding Earth Essence. So that's just the whole thing with Ferroglyph. Okay, so the next member of my team, which would be my Teclipse and my Avatros currently. Actually, the next member would be Garlash, but I just got one because Garlash just does some insane damage and I love it. That's the reason I got Garlash. But for Teclipse, it was just because, I don't know, Teclipse is pretty good. It doesn't really have, I don't really use it for anything specific. I just use it because I like it. I don't have any specific use for it. I know some uses that it could be for, but I just use it for random things that I feel like, because it's just good. So now, the Avatros was basically, I needed another melee attacker, otherwise I would only have 2 ranged at the time with my current team. But then that would mean that my only option to replace that wasn't required would be Whippledrift. So I thought Avatros is close to Whippledrift and a melee attacker, so I got Avatros. That's basically the 100 subscriber special. I just explained the entire history of my team and how I started playing Loomian Legacy. But I will do other games and some random questions. Please just know that you guys are incredible and you can do anything. And goodbye.